3、2、1今日も仲良くしてください。イエーイはい、始まりました。今日も仲良くしてください。今回は第5回目。このポッドキャストは私と山鈴が仲良くなりたいと思う人やもうすでに仲良くしている人、仲良くするっていうのがコンセプト。それが今日限りでも、それが長く続くとしてもっていう、おしゃべりをするラジオ番組です。それで今回はちょっと英語バージョンのポッドキャストになります。This is going to be an English version of this podcast, the first one ever.
はい。
Yes, and ちょっともうここから英語に変わっちゃいますけれども Today's guest is my friend Elodie です。Elodie です。
こんにちは。
こんにちは。So so you're traveling in Japan right now? What do you think about Japan?
I love Japan.
You love Japan? This is so weird now.
So weird. I love Japan.
Yeah.
It feels like everything is elevated. Everything just feels
everything
way
is
cooler.
Convenient.
Yeah.
Everything is efficient.
Yeah, it's cool, it's convenient, and it's...
You love efficiency, so...
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
cheap. Compared to England, it's so cheap.
Is it? Because of the rate or because it's just...
Both.
Okay.
Like, eating out here, so cheap.
That's true.
You can't eat out in England
We were
unless you have
talking
money.
how I feel like Japanese people eat out more often.
Yeah.
Because
It's more casual when they do it as well.
it's not like as special as...
Yeah, in England.
It
In
is in
England, when
England.
you go out, you always dress up.
Do
always
you?
go. Yeah, it's like a formal occasion.
Yeah.
Whereas...
It's like, oh, we're going out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas here, it just feels like people are like, oh, just go get some dinner.
Also, like, people just go out by themselves a lot as well.
Yeah,
Like,
which does not happen in England.
That's
as much.
true. Like, maybe because people don't want to go home. Maybe because we work so much in Japan.
Yeah.
That people just want something, like a cushion before they go home.
Yeah.
To, like, just relax.
There's so many more people that fall asleep on the underground, on the tube.
In Japan?
Yeah.
That's true. People sleep a lot.
Yeah, like heads
Yeah.
like lolling, you know? Like all the time.
Yeah. People are tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to be so negative about Japan, but, you know, that's what I find as well. Because I was in the UK for around 8 years, and I came back here. By the way, I'm Japanese, and I came back like a year ago. And we basically met in the UK.
Yeah.
In like a boarding school. So we've known each other for a while.
A really long time.
A very long time. But we only got close like the last year of...
Yeah, like 4 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah. Has it been 4 years ago?
When did
4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we had like a long, like 2 years of... A year of like not seeing each other, right?
Yeah, probably.
And you came to visit me in Japan.
Yeah.
It's been weird.
Yeah. It's strange.
It's strange. It's strange that these different worlds, well, I thought they were like separate, is now colliding, you know?
Yeah, and they suddenly
it's not
feel
making
the same.
sense.
It's so weird. I think, especially for people who, the school that we went to is not like a, you know, a lot of people who go to boarding school, they know these people for the rest of their life, and they have all these connections. Really? Yeah, because everyone's like there to meet other people. Like, it's all about making connections. Like,
that's
it's
the
nothing...
purpose for boarding school.
Well, no, but like one of the things that you get out of it, you know? And our school's not like that at all. So it's not...
it's just like that time.
Yeah, our school's not about like achieving, it's about being free, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas most boarding schools are about like making loads of money when you're older.
Yeah.
You know? And like success.
So it leads to something in the future, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, you know, that time in my life when I was in that school is like I sometimes think it was a dream.
Same.
It's like, and now I've woken up, I'm like, it's weird.
It's weird when you feel like right now, I don't feel like I'm not free. I feel like I'm living my life as best as I can. And then I have these flashbacks of like when I used to wake up whenever I wanted every day. And do nothing every day and feel like I was so stressed because I had like one exam, one lesson I needed to go to. Yeah. And now,
maybe that just means like you miss being a child.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I do miss
But
being a
no,
child.
but like that's the thing. That's a good thing about being with your friends. Like you can be a child again.
Yeah.
Not a child, just who you are.
Yeah. And I feel like, you know, there's loads of I don't know, like psychologists and like research about when you're in a couple or something, when you're with someone that makes you feel really comfortable and really loved, you kind of turn into your child self.
Yeah, it's the most pure kind of form of who you are.
And when you're like a good couple, like when you're good for each other, not necessarily right, because I think that there's no one that's right for you, because I don't think there's one person. But like,
we talked about this.
Yeah.
I really want to explore the idea of the one, but later. Continue. What were you saying?
So when you are in a couple where, you know, you're good for each other, it's when you're both taking care of the other person's child
like parent
version
to each other.
But not in a way that's unhealthy, you know, in a way where it's like you're both
like you fully see each other.
It's equal, and you're helping heal like a part of your child self, you know. Maybe as a kid your parents, like, I don't know, forced you to do loads of work and stuff, so you get really upset and really stressed when you have to do loads, or you get really upset and stressed when you don't have anything to do, but the other person can sense that in you and they can calm that down and they can react.
Not like make it worse.
Exactly.
I, you know, because we just went out to eat curry together, and we've talked about a lot of like relationships.
Curry triggers.
Curry triggers the deep conversation.
The spices.
And like I was thinking how like the parent and the child relationship really like impacts all other relationships in your life. And because I personally haven't had like romantic close relationship with anybody yet, so I don't know, but I feel like romantic relationship really brings out that intensely.
It made me realize how similar I was to both of my parents.
Oh, really?
And like a lot of positive but mainly negative traits. Like stuff I was like, oh god, I'm exactly like my dad. Like I get so angry so quickly, you know.
Do you?
Yeah. With
like
people
irritated.
that I'm comfortable with. You know that anyway.
I don't know how long we can spend time with each other like constantly. Because this has been the first day. Since you came to my house. Let's see how long we can take each other for. But to be honest, we've spent like 2 weeks. You know, in your house, remember? And you definitely got annoyed.
I know, and I feel so awful. I just that's
but it's how you feel.
But interesting, that's so true. I have the same experience that I've had with my boyfriend. Is
guilt?
No, like I was gonna say,
what?
The same. Like when you're with someone for ages, you get annoyed at them. But the difference. So I experienced that with you as well. It's not just like romantic relationships. I realised that I'm like my dad or I'm like my mum or whatever. But I think the difference in romantic relationships is that it's much easier to confront that person. You know, to have a
that
disagreement.
Really kind of explains how healthy a relationship that you had. You know, because you can
talk about it
straight away, express how you feel. That's good.
Whether that was good for him or not.
No, definitely, right?
I think so.
Because like change is growth.
It
changes. Everything changes all the time.
And it's nice every time someone tells you you've done something which has upset them. For me at least, I know different people react differently. I get so defensive and I'm like, no, what?
You're denying my whole existence.
And then I like, you know, an hour later I'm like, oh my god, that's what I did, and that's why this person's hurt. And even though it wasn't my intention.
So after you calm down,
exactly,
you realize.
It takes a while, but when I realise I really want to make it up and I don't want to have the same reaction, so I put a lot of effort into trying not to do the same thing twice, you know.
This is also what I heard, like, from, I don't know, like, internet. Always reliable.
Dr. Google.
Like, romantic relationship. Maybe I'm putting romantic relationships on, like, pedestal because I've never had it. But, like, everything is a lot more, like, intense.
That's exactly the word I was thinking of. Yeah.
You know, like,
I think it is.
and then because you like that person, you actually try to make it work.
Yeah.
So with like some family members, like, you know, some people don't have good relationship with family members.
Yeah.
So in a way, they don't like to put effort. They would rather just walk away, and in a way they can. Like with friendships and stuff. With anything you can walk away.
Yeah.
But when you like someone so much,
when you want them to be
part of your life,
you
try to make it work. And I guess that's why you grow intensely
so much. Yeah.
God, I'm very excited.
You should
for my future, whatever.
You learn so much. There's just so much that when you enter a relationship, you realise, not just about yourself, but like about the world. Like, it sounds like such a big thing, but it's like all of a sudden you have the perspective. You've never been as vulnerable and as open and as close as someone. It's all
about vulnerability.
Yeah. You've never known that someone else is having these experiences. You're just assuming.
That is true.
But when you're with that person, you know them so well. Yeah. You know the way they blink their eye, whether they're angry or they're sad or whatever. Yeah. And suddenly, because you can read all of these things because you know that person so well, like, you suddenly realise.
And vice versa. They know you so well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which scares me.
Really?
Yeah.
No, why does it scare you?
We were saying, like, how you feel comfortable with... No, what were we saying?
Oh.
I was going to say, you feel comfortable with, like, being very close. And I feel comfortable. I feel like I could be more like myself when I just met someone. Like, because I don't care about what the other person thinks. So I can, like, just be myself.
Yeah.
But you definitely feel that you can be more like yourself when you get to know them, right? Yeah. Which actually makes sense more, I feel like. I don't know. But also we were saying how... But this is like a paradox again, because you feel comfortable in group settings.
Yeah. With people.
But I feel comfortable one-on-one.
I think it's because you don't feel the same pressure of, like, needing to be perfect for that one person. Whereas in a group, you're like, everyone's judging me. Whereas in a group, I'm like, it doesn't matter because everyone's together. No one's thinking about one person enough. Yeah. It's so nice to hear that you feel like together in a group. In a group, it makes me feel lonely. Really?
No, because I said to you, like, how I feel. I'm always worried if I'm blending in enough. Yeah. So I guess in group setting, it highlights separation sometimes.
Yeah. I think also it really depends on what group you're with. If you're with the right people, you know,
that is true.
There's a lot of times I enter a group situation, and
this is such an extreme. We're talking in a very extreme like ways.
Quickly.
Yeah. No. I mean, like, it's not just.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not just
like everything in between.
Yeah. But there's so many times you walk into a group setting and you instantly feel uncomfortable and like everyone hates you and judged.
But this is also extreme.
But I think sometimes that's not actually you imagining it. I think it's because people don't know how to welcome you.
Yeah.
Like, some people
you
are
feel
really
odd.
Yeah. Some people are really good at making you feel like you're part of it and make you feel comfortable because they're trying. They want you to feel included.
Yeah. Can I say? Yeah. Like, I always want to be that person.
Yeah. What, including?
Yeah, I always want to. And I think anyone can if they try.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, because I like, I think it's important to experience feeling different at some point in your life, right? Because then you would understand loneliness.
Yeah.
And when you understand loneliness, you also understand the importance of like warmth and inclusivity.
It makes you not judge someone new. You know, when you
think?
see it,
Yeah.
I think when you've felt really lonely and you felt like the outsider in a group,
Yeah, outsider,
when new
that's the
people
word.
join,
Yeah.
you suddenly are like, fuck, that felt so horrible for me.
Yeah.
I don't want you to have to experience that, you know?
Exactly. I feel that very intensely, you know.
But I also think that being able to include someone is about confidence massively. Because I know so many people who are so lovely, but they can't include someone in a group because it takes you putting effort in, and you have to be confident that the people in your group like you enough that you can bring someone else in and make them feel like part of it, you know?
To me, I feel like this is from a different perspective. I feel like feeling left out, feeling like an outsider is so horrible than you being a part of the group and then maybe a group member thinking you're weird for trying to involve someone.
Yeah, I agree.
So, you know, like, so I'd rather, like, it doesn't matter in a way, because that feeling of like loneliness is so much worse, you know?
Yeah.
So I definitely,
you just don't want anyone to ever, I think loneliness is one of the hardest emotions because it's hard to overcome because no one can help you overcome it. Because you're lonely.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why you're lonely.
And
you know?
when you're lonely, it's weird, but you want to shut down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's the weird thing.
It's because maybe this is wrong, maybe there's not enough science, I don't know, but it's because we're like pack animals, right? Like we're social beings. We always live together in big groups. And when you're all of a sudden by yourself,
you feel danger.
Yeah.
And
your body's like, oh shit, what I need to protect myself. I need to do something to save myself.
And it's weird how that protection, the way to protect it is to be alone.
Yeah.
It's like, it makes sense.
Makes it so much worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you think you know, when you're in that mindset, everything external feels like it's your enemy.
Yeah. It feels like the people you meet are gonna hurt you and they're gonna judge you and they're gonna think you're weird.
Yeah.
Even though most of the time people don't think that. Like, most people don't care enough about anyone else. You know,
it's more about what do you think of them.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not what they think of you.
Everyone's always, I think I forget so often that everyone's always thinking about themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
Always.
Yeah.
You know?
But I feel like when you relax, that's when you start to really be flat, like neutral.
Yeah.
And so you sort of, the importance of like yourself and others like equal. Like I feel like that's the most relaxing state that you can be in, is that nothing is as extreme.
Yeah.
So it's not like you love me or you hate me.
Yeah.
It's like or like I'm the most important person and you're not, or the other way around. Like you're the most important and I'm not.
Yeah.
Like
it's
when
just
you're relaxed,
nice
everything is important.
Yeah.
You know, and in a way,
but not too important.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
You need to stress about it.
Yeah.
I
love that state. Yeah. It's really windy.
Yeah, maybe it's
cold.
a bit loud.
Yeah, I'm scared for the wind. But I think it's fine because the microphone is like here and the wind is coming from this direction.
How long have we been recording?
18 minutes.
18
We sort of harmonized, didn't we?
Yeah, should we try again?
3, 2, 1. 18 minutes. Okay, one more time. 3, 2, 1. 18 minutes.
Oh, this is the same thing. Okay, wait. I'll do what I was just doing. 18 minutes. And you do something on top of that.
18 minutes.
Maybe do like...
18 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. 18 minutes.
Ooh! It's now been 19 minutes.
We're like, do you know Jacob Collier?
Yeah.
We're like,
We're him.
We're him.
We're him. He's so cool.
Yeah.
I don't really like him though. I think he's a bit annoying. I can't
Yeah.
watch his videos.
I don't have any opinions, like personal opinions on him. But when I look at the comments, I'm like, oh wow, so wow. Sometimes that's the thing. Is it like my opinion or just because they're saying it?
Yeah.
You know. Personally, I don't hate him or love him. But if the comment says, "Oh, I love him," or like, "Oh, I hate him," I'm like, "Oh, maybe I hate him. Or maybe I love him." I don't know.
I think we're at the age though, right? Because we're still very young. We're still at the age where our minds are super like impressionable. Anyone can kind of do anything to somewhat
lots of
convince
influence.
us. Yeah. Which is...
That's a good thing and also a bad thing.
Yeah, it makes it quite tricky because it means that you have to choose the people that you surround yourself with really wisely. Otherwise, you might turn into someone that's pretty nasty.
You don't want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you realise at some point this is not what you want to be.
Yeah, some people do. Well, like, you know...
It's so cold. No?
We can stop.
No. So
your
my
scarf
hands are
on.
cold. Okay, yeah. Have you forgot?
Better?
Yeah, it's better.
Wait, was I talking?
Yeah, you were talking.
Oh, I think I was going to go on a different rant. I was going to say about, like, how there are loads of men / boys who pretend like they hate women and they're really horrible to women, and it's just because they're actually gay. And they've surrounded themselves with people who are also homophobic.
Yes.
And it's just
like,
because they like men, you know?
Yeah. You know, it's so interesting. Like, love and fear is like always together.
So intertwined, yeah.
It's so intertwined. Like, I heard this story that, there was this bully in a school.
Yeah.
And he was sort of bullying, how do you say, like, when someone is not a boy or girl? Like, okay, person, let's say a person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I had to gender it, it's so weird. Yeah, so this bully was bullying them, and because they had sort of, don't know, like a gay behavior.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, sort of like a feminine side to them. And turns out later in life that the bully was also like a gay. So he just feared that
so much.
He just feared seeing that on the other person, you know?
Yeah, because
it's like they were trying to beat him out by beat that part of them out by trying to beat him out. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like fear, you know?
It drives so much anger.
Yeah.
Like everywhere in the world. You know, right now in America with Donald Trump, there's loads of like really scary stuff happening with trans people and their rights, and also with women. And it's all just because there's these like groups of men and women who I think, in my opinion, like fear those, you know, they fear trans people for some reason. And it's not necessarily because they are trans, but it's because there's something about these people.
It shows something.
Yeah.
I feel like it sort of like shows something that you don't want to look at. But you know when intense feeling comes up, whether that's anger or whatever, that tells something, right?
Yeah.
That tells something that there's something that needs to be liberated within you, right? And I feel like when you see something and then when you want to just block it out of your view, that tells something a lot.
It means you
that
need
tells
to do
a lot.
something. Yeah. I just don't understand how you can, just because you don't like something, you can inflict so much pain on other people. You know, I don't care about people supporting Trump. They can support Trump if that's their opinion. But the problem is that Trump is causing so many people so much pain because of his beliefs. You know, if someone is Christian, if they're religious, I don't mind. That doesn't bother me.
Like you do you.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't bother me at all. But there are so many religious people who push their opinions on everyone else and who will, like, you know.
Yeah. That's the thing about... like, I don't know if this is related, but you know how we were saying that sometimes you feel like you're the best, and sometimes you feel like you're the worst. But even though these two feelings feel like the opposite ends of like opposite ends, they come from the same sort of source of like comparison. It's like you always need something to compare with to feel that sense of self. Right? And I feel like maybe they you know, they need to approve to other people. You know?
Yeah, they need to prove to other people that they're like,
this is what I believe in. Like, why don't you understand? You know?
Which I just... It's weird because I think gay people should have rights everywhere. And in my opinion, it doesn't hurt anyone to see gay people. You know, it might make you uncomfortable if you don't like that. But uncomfort.
But there's so many uncomfortable everywhere.
Exactly. And being uncomfortable is so different to being beaten up every day or to being put in jail.
Exactly.
Because you feel like that inside, you know? And I think that when people on the right side of politics, the right as in like right wing, when they try and justify it, it's got much less logic, and it's got much more emotion than the left side. The left side is like, this is just how people...
I think we need to liberate emotions a lot more. I think it all comes from emotions.
People are so stuck. They feel so trapped, and they don't know how to express it because they've never been taught how to. Like I feel like when you're comfortable with yourself, not that this is like a goal stage, and then you gain it and then your life is like perfect now, you know? Sorted.
But like when you feel somewhat comfortable in your own skin, you care less about
other people, no?
Or like, you know how you said you know, some people might find it uncomfortable when they see gay people or like things like that. Like you care less when you're comfortable with yourself because you're happy with yourself.
And it doesn't trigger fear.
No. Exactly.
Because I think that's a lot of it for people is they
fear
see
trigger.
They see stuff that makes them uncomfortable, like gay people, or you know, like a man walking down the street in front of you or something, and it triggers fear. But when you actually feel pretty safe, if you know,
I feel like the reason why I feel uncomfortable with like certain extreme point of views is because they come from a place of fear. And when something comes from a place of fear, it just doesn't sit right with you. It just doesn't feel right.
It feels like it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It feels like when people decide, they make decisions based solely on fear. So like those opinions, you know?
I feel like that's not good for them either.
No. It's just, you're kind of living your life in this state of, what's the other, like opposite of reality?
Illusion?
You're living your life in this, almost like elusive state. A state which doesn't exist, you know? Because fear doesn't...
But I feel like when you're in it for so long... you don't realize that you're in that state, you know? And I was gonna say about, you know, the dream that I had about the Voldemort? That sort of like relates. So I had a dream that I was in a house, and do you guys know Voldemort from Harry Potter?
With no nose.
Everyone probably knows, right? So that's like the definition of fear. Voldemort. It's like what I fear the most. Okay. So when that was in my dream and I was stuck in the house with him, that just represents fear, and like me being stuck in fear. But I found like a little window, and then I was able to get out of that house, and suddenly I was flying in the air, and I was free, and Voldemort was so far away, and suddenly his existence was so much smaller. So basically fear was suddenly that's not like absorbing me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a part of my world, but it wasn't like overtaking me.
Yeah.
And then in that dream, I could only fly if I don't have all this emotional weight, emotional baggage.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, it was like a game, you know? And then when I felt heavy in my emotions, I couldn't fly.
Mm.
And then I just remembered that dream when I woke up, and I was like, oh my God.
This is so much meaning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I can only fly when I let go,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, and it's important because it's also, I feel like...
And the fact that fear was actually something so small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it drove you to fly. The fear was the thing
That's
that drove
true.
you out of the window.
Oh my God.
So you like, the
Didn't realise
fear
that.
made you do it, and then
That's true.
you managed to let go of the fear,
Mm.
and then you realised that if you kept holding on to the fear, then you wouldn't be able to fly again.
Yeah.
But
It's
like
like
that
you had a higher perspective.
Yeah, you need to be like pushed into something that makes you scared.
That's true.
And then recognise that you need to let go of the fear to be able to continue
Oh my God.
like upwards, you know.
It's like everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
JC. Whoa. I kind of like the everything happens for a reason
Do you?
thing. Yeah.
I feel like
except for when
last time we've talked about it, you didn't like it. No?
I like it because it makes me feel like when something really awful happens, I'm like, oh, I'm sure someday
It leads to
something. Something will happen that makes me think that
Yeah.
there was a reason for that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I
yeah.
learnt something because of it.
Yeah, yeah. Someone's running.
Yeah.
I think during this time of the day, people run a lot.
It's cold.
Like before supper.
Oh, interesting. I
Isn't
don't know
that
what time people run in the
same
UK.
in the UK?
No clue. People like morning and lunchtime runs.
Really? Lunchtime?
Yeah.
Don't know.
I don't know.
I
don't do
think
it.
people walk in the UK.
Yeah, a lot more walking.
A lot more walking.
A lot more walking.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember, I don't know if it's the same here because Christmas is not as big of a deal.
No.
But for me, every year on Christmas Day, we used to go for like a 3-hour walk. Every single year.
God.
And it's like a thing. It's not just my
Yeah.
family. I know so
Oh,
many
what?
families.
Really?
Yeah.
3-hour walk. What do you do?
That's the thing. I hate it.
Talking.
Yeah. But with people that you see every single day and you have them for your entire life.
So,
So today I woke up, same as normal.
for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Is it like just, like, what's the purpose?
It's kind of like, it's like pushing us. I think it's because you're pushing yourself to wait for the reward. The reward is you get to feel comfortable and cozy
At home.
afterwards. Yeah, and then you have like your
Yeah.
Christmas dinner or you open your presents.
That's
whatever
like
way
life.
you do it, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like,
So the after effect you were looking for.
yeah. Which is interesting because immediate gratification is so counterproductive. And this is what is it called? Like, I can't remember what it's called, like extended gratification or something. It's like where you gain it over a long period of time.
Yeah.
So you have to put so much work in. But that's like what life is.
Yeah.
Everything you do.
Yeah.
You put so much time into it, then you reach
It's
the
like-
reward.
It's like a process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're going to listen back to this and be like, what were we talking about? There's so many things in here.
But the thing is, even though we've known each other for like four years, like
Yeah.
well for like
Yeah.
4 years.
Yeah.
Every time we always talk about literally the same thing.
Yeah.
It's always like emotions, like politics
Yeah. And
and relationships. Yeah.
that's kind of it. But that's kind of all I
We
talk
haven't
to anyone
changed.
else about.
Yeah, I think so.
It's like all
That's
I
the only
care
interesting
about.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about weather.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. I think it's kind of nice, especially because I have the same conversations with other people, but because it's with another person, it's always slightly different. The conversations I have with you are always they're always like the same, but they're different every time. Do you know what I mean?
because we're in a different situation in life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
It's like the core is the same, right?
Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
sort of talk about that from different directions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. different new experiences and stuff.
Yeah, because we're in the big change right now.
Yeah, both of us. It's so
Yes.
exciting. There's so much to learn, so much to do.
So much. The sun is gone.
Yeah, it's really cold now.
So cloudy.
It's so nice sitting down on a bench
It
in
is.
a park and watching people walk past.
It is.
But interestingly, this
What?
is something as the podcast people listeners.
Yes, are you guys still listening?
Probably not.
That's alright.
But something that I've noticed about being in Japan is there is nowhere to sit down anywhere.
Really?
Yeah, in England there's a bench
Yeah,
like every
it's
like
true.
20-30 meters. Here,
No, because... Yeah. Because everything, I feel like... Everything is like built for a reason. Like there needs to be a purpose. Or some sort of efficiency.
Yeah, that's mental. In the UK,
Yeah.
it's just like, you just want somewhere nice to sit, you know?
I mean, I think that is like enough reason.
Yeah,
To have a bench.
But here it's clearly
Yeah.
the government doesn't think so.
No.
Interesting.
That's what I think about Japan. Like, you know, it's too much efficiency going on.
Yeah.
It's like, what about the joy of life?
Yeah, and what about the health of the people?
Yeah.
Not physical health, the mental health, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's clearly a
Exactly.
problem.
Yeah.
And no one seems to... Like...
I feel like having benches, a lot more benches, will just like bring such a good impact.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because it leads to people meeting each other. You
Yeah.
know? You
Also
sit next
just
to someone
rest.
on the bench. Yeah, you sit down for a
Yeah.
rest. You can watch people. You suddenly, like, your life becomes slower. Because also,
Yeah.
in the countryside, there's so many... When you sit on a bench, you might sit there for an hour and see 2 people.
Mm.
And in a city, you sit there for an hour and you see about
A lot of
500
people,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But it still slows your life down
Yeah.
in comparison, you know,
Mm.
wherever you are.
It's too fast here sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe not just Japan, to be honest. The
I
world.
think everywhere, wherever city
these
you're in.
days.
Mumbai was crazy. That was so
Yeah.
fast.
It was Mumbai, India.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, the light just turned on.
Street lights.
Street lights. Yay.
Yeah, Mumbai was like... It was the most intense experience.
Yeah.
Everything was like top speed.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like here. It wasn't because of efficiency. It's just because people are like doing it.
Yeah. People just
Like they're doing it really fast, and there's so many people doing so many things at the same time.
But why?
and then
why
they're
do you
going
think
and
they're
doing
doing it really
nothing.
fast?
Just because they know how to do it. I think it's not. I don't think it's out of like rushing. It didn't seem like anyone was in a rush ever in Mumbai.
But they just move fast.
Yeah.
Maybe because there's just a lot of people.
I think
Yeah.
that's the reason, and I think it's quite like a social place. It's different from here. Everyone's moving fast individually.
That's the thing. And also,
Yeah.
I felt this similarly in London as well. Like, there's so many people here, but everyone is like in their own world.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, how can I connect?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think that's when big cities are really hard.
Yeah.
Unless
But
you have
also-
like a purpose.
Yeah, but I also understand that people need to do that, because if you're really open to everything, you sort of can't take it.
Yeah, especially.
It's like you need that protection
Yeah.
of your own like space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in London, you know, when you walk through the centre and you bump into like
Yeah.
50 people and
Yeah.
no one cares, no one looks at you.
Yeah, I know, right?
No one says sorry.
Yeah.
No one smiles at you
Yeah.
because they don't have time, they don't have
Yeah.
energy to do that.
That
'cause
makes me
they're just-
feel cold on the inside.
Yeah, same. That's
Yeah.
why I don't really like. I like London because it makes me think of home, but I think as a city itself.
Makes you think of home.
Yeah.
What do you mean? But you don't live in London.
Yeah, but I've been to London like so many times in my life. And my dad grew up in London.
Okay.
So it's like we've just
Oh, yeah,
always
yeah,
been
yeah.
there loads, you know?
Okay, feels.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like things like stupid things like the double-decker bus.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
okay.
home.
But also because you're in Japan right now, I guess. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't like the greyness of London.
Me neither.
I don't like when you walk
Yeah.
around. Like there's loads of parks, more than I think there are here,
Yeah.
because they're all very green. When you go into a park, it's
that's
definitely
true.
green.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of the buildings are way more plain. Like these buildings all look, I know we're in a nice area, but they're still like somewhat looked after. They've got windows, they've got different colours, they've got like
I think the weather is big.
That's true,
I really think the weather in the UK just really makes me feel
down.
Yeah. It's like we need more sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the sun affects your mental health a lot, doesn't it?
A lot. Yeah, because this morning when I woke up and I felt and the sun was shining, I just immediately felt happy.
Well, that was my problem with so I stayed in a hostel 2 nights in a row by myself.
In Osaka.
Yeah. And there wasn't any window.
So
you wake up and your curtain is like blackout. So even the light on in the room.
Tell.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's horrible.
I can't do that.
And I think that's why I was feeling even worse than I am now, you know.
Yeah.
Like so
that's
much worse.
It's so cool, like how there are things in life that just brings you happiness without like a reason.
Yeah.
Like sun. Or like smiling.
Yeah.
With a friend.
Yeah.
It's like you don't need anything complicated to like make you feel like, oh, I'm so happy to be alive, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice when you notice the things as well. Like sometimes
that's true. You need to be able to notice. That's true.
I think one of my favourite things, which makes me really happy, is seeing and hearing the leaves in the breeze.
Just like now.
Yeah, like now.
Yeah.
Because at home I live in the countryside and there's so many trees and it's so, you know, you can hear that sound constantly.
Yeah.
So it's very like homely, and it
yeah.
feels like I'm really connected with nature. But you don't always notice it. But
No.
stuff like that is so small and it doesn't have much meaning. But
yeah, that's the thing. You know, like sitting down on a bench, having that like slow time.
Yeah.
It's time to notice so much. Right?
Yeah, and look at your surroundings.
Yeah. Ooh. It's like we're so, you know, like, how do you say? Like, we're like...
Wise.
Yeah.
In tune with
yeah.
life.
No, we're not always like this.
No, definitely.
We were
not.
actually
pretty unlike this.
Yeah.
yeah, this is just a really good conversation.
Yeah. So, I think we're going to wrap up soon.
Yes, it's chilly.
Should we talk about the thing that I wanted to ask you?
Oh, yeah.
You know? So I was going to ask you, because I often have this, like, 2 or like 3, like 2 parts of myself, right?
Yeah.
So this is not just like me who's living.
Yeah.
It feels like there's always one who's observing.
Ah.
Right?
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So I was saying like, oh, it's so like self-acceptance is like really important for me. But that only every time when I think about self-acceptance, it's like there's this me and this is another me who will accept this me. You know?
Interesting.
So everything, and then we talked about like how confidence is like self-trust.
Yeah.
And you know, when we think about like loving ourselves or anything to do with ourselves,
Yeah.
everything's like blurry suddenly because that sense of self is like blurry, right?
Yeah.
It's like building trust with you
Yeah.
feels simpler because you're like this other person.
Yeah, I'm I'm this object. I'm this thing, which is like...
So obviously I can do
thing.
something with you.
Yeah.
But as I was talking to you, when I was trying to explain, I realized how I always have this, like these 2 people within me. So that's why it's easy for me to visualize like self-trust or like self-acceptance. Because it's like I build relationships with myself.
Yeah.
You know?
Interesting.
It's like very clear to me that there's 2 parts of me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then I was wondering if you have like just you, or do you have a sense of like another you?
I think there's like a few... It depends on like the mindset I'm in, you know?
Yeah.
But like... quite often I struggle with feeling real. I don't feel like I exist,
Mm.
and I don't feel like there is a me. I feel
Maybe
like
that's
I'm not
why you need to be with people all the time.
that exactly, because I
Yeah.
really struggle with it.
It's like,
I find
am I
it so
alive?
hard. Exactly.
Like, tell me
So
that I'm
often.
alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to like have confirmation that I exist. I can't imagine I'm in the world. But when I'm
I
in
get
a
that.
mindset where I do feel real and I feel like a real person,
Mm.
I think I have this other person
Mm-mm.
who's really mean and horrible. That's the only other person that's like in
Oh.
my head. And she talks to me and she's not.
So that's
she's not
another
nice.
you.
Yeah.
The only other you have is the mean one.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
But I think that's just at the moment. I
At
think
the
I
moment,
used
yes.
to have other me's,
Yeah.
but they've been lost.
But hopefully they've been lost.
I'll find them
Yeah.
again. Yeah. Just need the time
Yeah. Time.
and effort
Yeah.
to do it.
Because you don't do it instantly. Nothing
No.
happens instantly.
And it doesn't happen if you just wait for it either.
No.
It has to be
Yeah.
of your own volition. Your own.
I hope that me
effort.
and you becomes kinder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shake on it.
Shake hands. Oh, it's so cold. I think we should go.
Yeah, okay.
I think I have to go to my work soon. Oh shit, I really need to go to my work. Alright,
Okay.
so the 3 questions from the previous guest.
Yeah.
First one. Who is the person that you've met in your life
Yeah.
that you're so glad that you've met? Doesn't have to be like their name or anything, but like describe them. Or like what they brought you into your life.
I think there's 2 people that I think of.
Mm.
One of them is one of my friends,
Mm.
and she's very confident. She's
Mm.
very sure of herself, and without her knowing, I don't even like. I think without her even knowing, she's taught me how to be really confident and how to not give a fuck about what anyone else thinks. You know,
Confidence is important.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the other person, he, I think, taught me a lot of patience, and I'm so thankful because he showed me, I think he just showed me a lot of love and showed me acceptance.
Yeah.
And
Knowing that you're worth so much love.
it's mental. You
Yeah,
don't
it's like you
realise
deserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Oh my
don't even know
God.
it's like
Yeah.
that's possible until it
Yeah.
happens. Yeah.
And it both leads to confidence, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's like,
Both
oh,
of them.
I'm worth it.
Mm.
Yeah. And the second question.
Yeah.
What's your favorite food?
Oh.
Which is like
Such
the
a
most
big
broad question ever.
Okay, if I'm being really honest with myself,
Yeah.
I probably could eat like good kimchi. Like either
Good
kimchi that I
kimchi.
make or
Mhm.
kimchi that like Korean kimchi that I buy.
In which you haven't tried yet.
No, but I buy Korean
yeah.
kimchi in
You'll be going
England.
to Korea
Yeah.
in a few weeks.
Yeah, I'll see if I
You
like
try out the real one.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But kimchi, I love kimchi.
Kimchi, okay. And the third question was, so if you don't have to think about any budget or the realistic stuff, where do you want to go? This is such like good questions, right?
Yeah.
Because like it's not me who've thought of these questions.
Mm.
It's the previous guest.
Go you, previous guest.
Yeah.
I want, at the moment, I crave being around my friends and being somewhere which is somewhat familiar, but also
Okay.
kind of new.
Also because you're traveling right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, traveling means I don't really desire visiting more places right now.
Yeah.
I think.
So if you don't have to think about the realistic stuff, you'd go back now, right?
Yeah. Totally. But I think if I exclude my home, I think right now if I wanted to go somewhere, I want to go to Italy with my girlfriends and have a big house there and drink loads of wine.
It's gonna be warm.
Yeah.
Swim.
Oh yeah, in the heat. Yeah, I want
Yeah.
the pool and I want to go swimming.
Ooh.
Like I want
Yeah.
to do like the rich people like going on European holidays. I want to do that but with my friends.
Yeah.
When we're in our 20s.
Sounds like the best.
Yeah.
So now you have to think of 3 questions
Okay.
for the next guest.
Okay. They have to be easily translatable as well.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm a good translator. Just trust me, you know.
Okay. So the first question for this next person is, what is an event in your life that had the biggest impact on you?
Ooh, we had a similar one actually before.
Oh, really?
But that's okay.
Like something that changed
Your life forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, you know, like maybe
That
even
big.
like the brain chemicals. Yeah. Something which made,
Brain
like,
chemicals.
it just had a massive impact.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe another question is like, what is your favourite place to go walking?
Okay.
Because I'm assuming this person probably will live in Tokyo.
Probably.
So like a nice, you know, somewhere
Yeah.
that makes you feel happy, a walk that makes you feel really good.
Yeah.
And then this one's quite a simple question, but if this person didn't have to think about like the opportunity, what would be their dream job? Like if they didn't have to think about money,
All the realistic stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like they have to have a job,
Yeah.
but it can be anything that they want in the world. What would it be
That's
and
a
why?
Good one. And I hope this person gets that.
Yeah.
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 All right, that's the end.
Yay.
So we're gonna have to clap again.
Oh, did the same thing.
But it's a bit different.
Oh no.
So I'll just teach you quickly, yeah?
Okay.
It's the same clap.
Okay.
今日も仲良くまた今度知ってください and we have to finish. Can you do that?
Just do it one more time, practice.
Okay, so 今日も仲良くまた今度
また今度
知ってください Yes, okay. The final one, yeah?
Yeah, what was it? 今
今日も仲良く
日も仲良く
It's like see you next time kind of thing.
And then what was the
また今度
また今度
また今度 is like see you next time.
知ってください
Yeah.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
今日も仲良くまた今度知ってください